What is up, my friends on the internet? Back at it with another video, and today's video is on the Triumph Scrambler 900. This video is quite literally on the Scrambler 900 because this camera is sitting literally on the Triumph Scrambler 900. Okay, I drove that point home. I beat that joke into the ground. Let's get on into it with some B-roll. So I'm gonna start with the comment that I will regret not having my Harley. I will regret selling my Harley Dyna, and I really like that bike. I really truly liked that bike a lot. I'm probably rolling in some B-roll of it here, hopefully, because I'm not looking at the camera, so hopefully there's some really cool Harley shots rolling right now. Maybe not. But I love the bike. It had tons and tons of torque. It was really easy to customize. There was tons of parts available for it. It was just really nice to tinker on. It kind of challenged me as a mechanic because everything was different than I'm used to. I had to use different tools. I had to do different processes. It was just fun. It was fun, a really good learning experience, a really good rider, but ultimately it didn't check a few boxes for me. While it was really good on the highway, and it was just a great touring machine, it wasn't very fun in the mountains. It definitely wasn't fun in traffic, being super hot and super heavy, and ultimately I decided to part with it despite really liking it. It came down to the fact that I liked looking at it more than I liked actually riding it, and that's not great since you can't see the motorcycle when you're sitting on it. I would often come outside into the carport and just stare at the bike, look at it and decide what I wanted to change next, how I wanted to customize it, but I was never really itching to run out and go ride it. For me, it was just daily duty. I ride it to work and then it would just sit there. I never just went out for the sake of riding, and that's kind of why I ultimately decided to get rid of that bike. And then we have the Honda Trail, which there's some B-roll rolling of it right now too, hopefully. We'll see how I do in post, how I edit this video up. But that bike, man, that bike got me a lot of subscribers. A lot of you are here for that bike, and it's gone now. So that was kind of a weird, like, social suicide situation where I knew I was gonna lose some subscribers on that. But hopefully a lot of you stuck around because I'm gonna be doing other mini moto stuff. I'm gonna be riding friends trails. I'm still gonna be making some trail content, but definitely lots of mini moto content. So I think if you like those videos, you're still gonna like what's coming. But that bike was like kind of my bread and butter. I loved it. I rode it all the time. I didn't ride it very far very often because honestly it's pretty slow, you know, but I did ride it to coffee shops. I rode it down little trails in my general area. I worked on it a lot. You guys saw the video after video after video of me just fully customizing that bike. I became a little bit of an encyclopedia for information on that bike. I was trying to be a really good resource, which I still think I am a really good resource for Honda Trail information. Those videos don't go away because the bike did. They're still on the internet. But that is a bike that we threw on the back of the Bronco, took it to Moab and all over the West. That bike went on some adventures on the back of the Bronco, but ultimately I realized that I was like keeping the bike just for videos. I wasn't riding it for fun necessarily. Every time I rode it, I was riding it because I was filming. I never went out just to ride it for me. It was like an extension of the channel, a bike that I had just for the channel. And when I came down to it, I bought that bike outright in cash, so I had a lot of equity in it. And I knew I was over the Harley. I knew I wanted to get rid of the Harley. So throwing the Trail into the mix on a new deal really helped me out financially because I still owed a bunch of money on the Harley. It was actually upside down a little bit. I bought it at a really bad time to buy a motorcycle. Interest rates were sky high. Everybody was overpricing things. It was like post-pandemic used vehicle madness, and I bought it at the height of that. So I got a really bad deal on that bike. So I used the Trail essentially to make up that deal. All the equity I had in the Trail completely ate away the negative equity in the Harley. It had to be actually up a good bit, so I ended up getting this Scrambler for a really good deal for what it was actually worth. A little less than it's worth, honestly. Like I said, I got a really screaming deal on this. The other bikes really helped. The Trail not only took out the negative equity in the Harley, it took off a little bit of the price of this bike. It helped me exponentially. And as I delve deeper into like a minimalistic lifestyle and just kind of a simpler existence, it really was just resonating with me to turn those two bikes into one. So that's what I did. I traded in the Dyna, I traded in the Trail. I have the Scrambler 900 now. And the reason you are all here, do I regret that decision? No. No, I don't. I don't regret that decision at all. Just the financial move was really, really smart. It saved me a bunch of money. I'm insuring one bike instead of two. I'm modifying one bike instead of two. It's leaving a lot more money in my pocket. It really helped my budget, and it's been really nice for all of my riding miles to go on one bike, all of my attention to be on one bike, and it's on a bike that I honestly enjoy more than both of the other two. I know, hot take, but I like this bike more than both of those bikes combined. I really, really do. I like looking at it just like I like looking at the Harley. I like the utilitarianism of it, much like I like that on the Trail. It's not quite as usable as the Trail, and depending on who you are, it's not as attractive as the Harley. I think it's more attractive, and I think it's almost as usable as the Trail. The Trail was a little better off-road. It was lighter, it was more maneuverable, it was a little bit more rugged, but this bike has more power. So putting that power down has also gotten me out of some trouble on the little bit of off-roading I've done so far. I haven't really properly tested it yet, but I'm enjoying it. It's gonna allow me to do touring, it's gonna allow me to go off-road, it's gonna allow me to modify it. It's really, really attractive, so I wanna take pictures and film shorts and reels and all that of this bike. I don't regret it at all. Do I miss those bikes? Yeah, but not that much in the grand scheme of things. I am super happy. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to a point where I miss the Harley itself, at least not the Harley Dyna. I think I will at some point miss Harley ownership just because of how easy it was to acquire stuff. There's just website after website after dealership just filled with parts and stuff for the Harley. So that was really nice, and I'll probably miss that at some point. And as far as the Honda, I'll miss being able to throw it on the Bronco really quickly. I'll miss it falling over and not costing me any money when I just drop it on the ground and just like use and abuse it. Overall, I'll miss the lightweight, but I don't think I'm gonna miss either one of those bikes or any of those attributes enough to acquire them again. I like motorcycles. I wanna have new motorcycles. I wanna have different motorcycles. The Scrambler 900 is gonna act as like a base, as my bike, the bike I keep long term and never sell. And that will allow me to have freed up enough budget to have a second bike just occasionally, versus having two bikes that I plan to keep long term. I can have one bike that I'm going to keep long term, and then another bike that maybe comes in and out, rotates around. If something comes out and really strikes my interest, mainly mini moto stuff, I can grab it. It's not like a huge strain. It's not the third bike in the stable. There are more bikes, so it's not like that I only have the one. There's other bikes around, but you guys get what I'm saying. It frees up that liquidity so I can just go get a different bike if I want to, just for a year, review, modify it, get rid of it, build something for a show. There's just less in the way, less financial strain. I'm happy. I am really, really happy.